Hey, good morning, everyone. It is March 3rd, 2025. I am standing in front of the Alabama Gold Camp here in Cragford, Alabama. I heard a lot about it. I had invitations to come down here, emails and stuff from the owners from a couple years ago, and I'm just now finally getting around to coming down here. I'm doing a cross-country trip with my Tesla. I've been living in it for the past 10 days. It's been an awesome trip, and I really don't want to go back to Colorado right away. I even have Timber with me, who is currently tied to a fire hydrant / mailbox type thing. And anyway, I kind of didn't want to research this too much because I wanted to get like an authentic, original, experience, just kind of going in there and figuring out what it's all about. And yeah, this is part of my 50 States of Treasure Hunting series. This is the 34th state that I'm doing, and I'm looking forward to it. I know we can rent a Highbanker here, and I know there's gold here, so let's go check it out, and hope you guys enjoy the video. It's nice and quiet out here. It's about 38 degrees. The sun's coming out. It should warm up today. They've got some old equipment and stuff sitting around. I'm the only person parked here in front. I guess that's an employee here. I got to go in and sign in and pay and stuff, and maybe get a map and figure out where to go. It says they sell like prospecting equipment and stuff. So
these are where people's found gold, but when the map was put up there, I'm not sure.
Okay, so this is this all Alabama here?
Oh yes.
Okay.
That's actually.
Oh yeah, these are the county lines and stuff.
I don't remember how many counties it is.
And this is where we are.
Right.
All right, and every little dot's where people have found gold in Alabama. So there's plenty of gold to be found here.
During summer, they'll have dredges and high bankers for sale. And then right now, he just got a few old. Ignore this. This is somebody's mail, but he's got some older.
Oh yeah.
Stuff back here.
Oh cool. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of walk around and show some of the gear and stuff they have for sale here. Pretty much all your basic and advanced prospecting gear, everything up to dredges, and you can rent sluice boxes and high bankers and even dredges here when they're not winterized. That's pretty awesome. I like the smell in here. I'm going to show the other room. I saw some more gear and stuff in there just so people get an idea of what you guys have in here. Shovels, of course. You need that. You can't dig much without a shovel. All kind of parts, metal detectors, pans, classifiers, snuffer bottles. If you're lucky enough to find a nugget, get a little display container. If you're lucky enough, I'm guessing the more material you run here, the better chance you have of finding some gold. He said it's mostly flour gold and flakes here, but nuggets have been found. And I'm just going to rent a Highbanker, I think, and run as much material as I can in 4 hours. And hopefully I get a little tiny piece of gold. That's all I really want,
Okay, I heard that.
All right, so here's 50. It's $45 to rent, and then $5 activity fee. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
And that's for 4 hours with a Highbanker.
Map of the property here.
Oh, okay.
This is the store where we're at here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the dirt road going down that way. That's the way to the Highbankers. The cabins are right here. This is kind of wooded, and then it kind of breaks open. You'll see some ponds where he has actually dug the dirt out. That's where a lot of the dirt has came from.
Wasn't there like ancient creek beds and stuff here, and that's why you think that the gold's in here, and that's why you guys
I
dig
believe
it?
so.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Interesting.
And this is the rental Highbankers. But there's actually Wessabolga Creek comes around this side, goes under the road, and then Crooked Creek comes in, and they join together and run down this side.
Okay. Am I allowed to pan in all of this if I wanted to?
Anywhere in any of the creeks you want to, and then we have what we call courtesy piles of dirt set up right here that he just puts up there for people to run their own personal Highbankers or panning or whatever.
Okay.
And I believe there's a pile still over here.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Now that since I'm renting a Highbanker, do I have to put it together and everything, or is
no, it's pre-set up. All I gotta do is go down there and flip a switch and it kisses the water on for you.
Man, that is luxury. I'll take it. All right. Okay.
But the dirt road is actually right at a mile long, and the property keeps going there. The road goes into there, but like if it's been raining and you don't have four-wheel drive, you get stuck. A wrecker will not fit under that bridge.
Okay.
To come down there and charge you $600-700 to get you out.
Ooh. Okay.
Have seen tractors go down there and pull people out before.
So where am I going to be set up with my Highbanker?
Just going straight down the dirt road, you'll see 8 little sheds right there, and you just pick one, and I'll follow you down there.
It says right there, rental Highbankers are all set up right there. Okay. All right, so I'm following him over to the Highbankers. He's going to fire one up for me. And he said there's piles of dirt and stuff there. So, yeah, we got 4 hours on the Highbanker. And then also, on the map, right there, he said that's where the GPAA, every other Saturday, they plant coins out there so I can actually metal detect. And he said people find, you know, all kinds of stuff out there, Civil War buttons and silver coins and all kinds of stuff that, you know, the events miss. And I have my metal detector with me, so maybe if we get tired of high banking, we can go do some metal detecting a little bit later as well. I think I see the Highbankers right there. All the piles of dirt. All right.
I think 2 and 3 don't work right now.
I mean, I can take, well, let me see. How about this one right here? Where do I throw my tailings? In the rock bins?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just so I don't make a mess for you.
Well, no, he didn't empty it.
Look at all that quartz.
There's a ton of quartz out here.
Yeah, it sure is. It looks just like the stuff I was finding in Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia. This part of the country is full.
I never knew
quartz.
arrowheads in this area were made out of quartz. You know?
Oh yeah, because there's no flint. I guess that was what the Indians had to work with.
So somebody brought one to the store and they were like, "No way."
All right, so we just moved an empty bin over. He just turned the water on over there in that little shack. So only the owners can control the water flow here if you rent a Highbanker. So it's basically going to run for 4 hours straight. If I want to do a clean out early, I have to go and tell them to shut it off, and then I can do a clean out. Like say I wanted to stop before 4 hours. So yeah, I'm all set now. Thanks a lot, and I guess I'll see, well, I won't see you in 4 hours, he won't be here, but...
I may be, if he's not around or anything, if he goes to town, I could be the one.
Okay, all right.
12:45.
All right, thanks a lot. What's your name again?
Mark.
I'm Shane. Yep. All right, so we can basically just pull from any pile. I'm probably just gonna pull from this one. Start digging. See if we can find some gold. Got 4 hours. All right, I have a lot of equipment in here. I don't need any of it yet. Maybe some gloves. I think that's probably all I need. Actually, I'm gonna grab my river boots. It is a little bit muddy over here. So just in case you don't know what a Highbanker is or how it works, I'm just taking one of my buckets. They didn't supply that. I actually had that in the car. I'm just filling the bucket, and I'm gonna keep count of how many buckets I end up running. You just walk it over here. You throw it in the top. That washes the material. The rocks fall in the bucket, and then all the concentrates get trapped here in the riffles. And then at the very end, all these parts come out, and then you pan that out. That's your concentrates, and that's where you're gonna find your gold. So it's gonna be, you know, a couple hours of digging, all concentrated down into one pan. There's a lot of clay balls in here too. Gotta bust those up if you can. From my experience, the gold doesn't actually get trapped inside the clay. The gold gets trapped on the surface of the clay. So as long as you like rub it off of there, you should get most of the gold. You don't want to pour too much dirt in at a time, or it's just gonna get washed off the back. So pour a little in, wash your rocks, the water do all the work. Good thing I brought boots. So I'm just gonna pour a small amount in here at a time, because if you pour too much in, like this, a lot of that good material is gonna just run off into the bucket. So if you pour less than this, then you just break up like the bigger rocks. But like you'll have these mud balls like that. You just want to bust those up. Make sure everything's clean. Let it go in the bucket. And that's the way to do it. And just continue that. Repeat that process for hours and hours. That's pretty much the whole process. There's really nothing to film here. So in the meantime, I'll be shoveling that pile for the next couple hours, waiting to clean this out to find that gold. All right, I'm stopping to have some lunch. It was only about a half hour. It's actually breakfast. I didn't eat. I got this at Piggly Wiggly up the road a little bit. Sausage biscuit. We're about 15 buckets in. It's all right. We're just starting to get on a roll. So I think we'll be able to get about 20 buckets an hour if I keep going. Yesterday in Georgia, I think I ran maybe only 10 buckets or so. And I actually found a nice picker and about 16 little flakes. So obviously, you know, the more volume you run, the more gold you're probably gonna get. And, you know, of course, the better luck you have as well. It's just really nice to have, you know, the dirt pile right here next to the Highbanker. I'm glad I have that bucket, because without it, it would be one shovel full at a time walking back and forth. I'm gonna finish this sausage biscuit from Piggly Wiggly. And looks like Timber finished his, and we'll get to digging again. It's starting to get nice out too. For every single bucket that I finish, I take a rock and I throw it in this small bucket. That way I have a count on how many buckets I run. Otherwise, I'd totally lose count. All right, well, I'm making progress here. Here's how many rocks are in the bucket. Each rock counts as a bucket. Timber's over there having fun with his ball. He's supposed to be on a leash, but there's nobody here. You know, he's common sense. You know, look at this. I just saved him. He must have been in the dirt, and he was swimming in the Highbanker bucket. He's a little mole cricket. Look at that. I'm gonna move him off to the side so I don't step on him. He's right on the way here. We'll bring him over to this other pile of dirt. No, Timber, you can't eat him. All right, halftime report. Timber's still enjoying his day, playing with his ball and stuff. I put his bed out here, his little bit of food. Here's the pile. It doesn't look like I got very far, but that is this many buckets. I don't want to count them yet. Here's my tailings, my rock pile. This was empty when I started. I didn't even look in here yet. It's hard to see, but I don't see any gold, but I didn't see any yesterday either in Georgia, and it was basically the same exact setup. It is, yeah, like I said, 2 hours in. We got another 2 hours to go. Well, Timber, I am very surprised. One shovelful, and there's one piece of gold right there. Right there, let me zoom in on it. There's one little piece of gold out of one shovel. There might even be more up in here. That makes me a lot more hopeful. You know, all that digging and then really not knowing if you're gonna find anything at the end. It's nice to know that we're definitely gonna find some gold. One shovelful had like 3 little pieces of flour gold. So I don't know how many buckets I did so far. I'm guessing 40 or 50. Each bucket has 3 or 4 shovelfuls in it. So that's what, 300 or 400 specks if the Highbanker caught all 100% of the gold that I put in there. All right, Timber, let's go. Time to dig. All right, so we're about 3.5 hours into digging. I went ahead and I'm starting to slow down a little bit. I put my one bucket in there and I walk back over and somebody is in my spot. So I think he's telling me it's time to take a break. I have another Piggly Wiggly sausage biscuit I think I'm gonna have for lunch here. Once I'm done with that, I will keep shoveling until the guy comes to shut off the Highbanker. I guess I could show you my bucket of rocks and stuff. My tailings bin, it's about a third of the way, maybe a half full. I didn't see any nuggets in the riffles. So I think Timber does have the right idea. It's time to take a break, lunch break, eat that sandwich, and then keep digging as fast as I can until the guy comes back to shut off the water in the pump house. What, you want another piece of my sandwich? Okay. Here, you can have some bread this time. Here you go. Good boy. Took a little walk over here to one of their pits where they're digging from. And you can see this big pile of clay right here. Look at this. That's all that blue clay, that false bedrock. You okay, puppy? There's some deep mud here to get back here. He's gonna need a bath before we get in the car, huh? And the Highbankers and stuff are right over there. I just took a little walk. Look at all this clay right here. But yeah, they dig because they think there was an ancient stream bed here, and that's where the gold settled out, you know, millions of years ago. They're digging down to it, and that's what this stuff is. Pretty cool, huh? You want to go for a swim? All right, let's get back to digging. Enough messing around. Also, this is my Alabama rock. I like to grab a rock from every state and country that I visit. This will go on the shelf once I get back to Colorado. I am just going to throw it in the front here. All right, back to digging. All right, my alarm went off. My 4 hours is up. I'm going to go ahead and count these rocks while we wait for the guy to come to shut the water off. We'll go right over here. All right, each row is 10. There's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 9. So I have to do one more bucket and I'll have 60. So absolutely, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. And we'll have 60 buckets, a nice round number. All right, we're starting the cleanup process. He came over, he's gonna shut off the water and clean it out. See if I can find any big nuggets in there.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Come on, there.
Might find some gold in there.
Yeah. Usually where most of your gold's gonna be anyway.
I think there's a piece right there.
It could be. We'll find out.
Oh yeah. Yep, there's some.
You think?
Oh yeah. That is absolutely a piece of gold. Little flake. Ugh. The first time I never had to pan my own concentrates out. Look at this.
Really?
Yeah, this is great. This is...
I'm just gonna pan the top, man. You get the candy rest of concentrate.
Sounds good to me. So it's 60 buckets here. That's what, 15 buckets an hour. That's way less than I thought I'd get.
That's probably too many.
Maybe. There's the black sand right there. Getting down to it now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, there's a good amount of gold in there. Look at that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, chunky stuff too.
It is pretty chunky. Look at all that gold.
You got a sniffer bottle?
I do have a snuffer bottle. All right, as you can see, I have all shade right here, and this is the panning station. I'm gonna film a little bit here from above, but the problem is it's dark. And so once I'm just gonna go ahead and process the concentrates, and then I'll show them in the sunlight so you'll actually be able to see it. So all I'm gonna do, this is the concentrates. dump some of that water off so you can see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and classify that 1/4 inch right into the Garrett Super Sluice. And then the plus, I'm gonna go ahead and pan that separately. Then everything that goes through the 1/4 inch, I'm gonna classify it with kitchen strainer into here or here and pan those two separate classifications. And I'll show you the gold. No gold nuggets. That's okay. Now I'm going to classify all this to kitchen strainer. Do a little bit at a time. Also, while I'm thinking about it, 60 buckets is the most material I've ever run by myself at one time. And we've already just cleaned out the one little rubber mat and found so much gold. I'm very excited. Okay, here we have our plus and minus kitchen strainer size material. I'm gonna pan this last just because if we find any flakes, that's gonna be so awesome. And I know we're gonna find a lot of gold in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pan this stuff out like 1 spoonful at a time. And as I find the gold, I may show it to the camera, but for the most part, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it with the snuffer bottle, and then at the end, I'll show you all of the gold. Hopefully the audio's okay right now. This is the plus kitchen strainer material. Thought that was a garnet for a second. It is not. And then this is the minus kitchen strainer. You can see how dark it is. There's like tons of black sand in there. So that's why I have to take my time with this, 1 spoonful at a time. So normally I would pan the bigger stuff last because if there's any nuggets or big pickers or anything, that's where we're gonna find it. But I'm gonna pan this first just so I can have access to this big pan so I can pan this out faster. So I'll go pan this out and we'll see if there's any giant gold. There's the black sands. Not seen anything yet. And I'm not disappointed if there isn't. Oh, there is a piece. There is one piece. Awesome. Right there. It's a nice one too. Sweet. I'm gonna pan this out one more time just in case. But that's pretty good. That's really good. Now the hard part. All right, I'm cleaning up the concentrates, and almost every pan has 3 chunky little pieces in it, like that, and some flour gold as well. It's really good. I grabbed a bunch with the snuffer already, and I still have a good amount of cons to go. Actually, you can see it better in the shade here. Look at that. There's like 5 pieces I can see on camera, but there's actually a bunch up there in the corner as well. That's one little pan. All right, I'll go ahead and pour this out. I know there's a lot of gold here. Oh yeah. Wow, look at all that gold. That's not gold. That's a rock. That's all gold. I need a better shot. 4 hours of digging, that's actually really, really good. I mean, 60 buckets, that's a lot of dirt. That's a lot of volume. And I mean, with a Highbanker, it's totally possible to do something like that. Now, finding that amount of gold in 4 hours because of a Highbanker does give me motivation to actually get a Highbanker. I don't own any kind of equipment like that. I have my cleanup sluice and stuff at my panning station. But when I go out to the field and stuff, when I go out to the river, all I bring is usually just a bucket, my classifier, a shovel, maybe a sluice box sometimes, but it's usually just hands and pans. But this is like, that's so awesome. That's a lot of gold. To be honest, before I came here, I didn't think I was gonna get this much, but this is really, really good. I'm 100% happy with that. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video from Alabama Gold Camp. This was really, really cool. I was not expecting to find so much gold. I did expect the Highbanker. I didn't expect the property to be so big. It's actually very big. I didn't even drive all the way around it yet. I'm gonna do that after I'm done filming here. I'm definitely coming back with my camper. I'm just doing a quick little road tour, a little experiment with my full self-driving Tesla here just to make sure that it works and it's not going to kill me and everything's safe, and I can only say good things about it. If you want to see more about the Tesla, I'll link a video here on my other channel. But anyway, I would say we got about 1/10 of a gram. I will put the exact weight right here and the value for 4 hours of backbreaking work. Totally worth it. Definitely a lot of fun. Definitely come out here to Alabama. This was so awesome. I mean, I got here, it opened at 8. I was here at like 8:09. The only guy I saw was the guy at the front desk. I followed him over here. He turned on the Highbanker for me. I ran that for 4 hours. I didn't see anybody the entire time. Nobody drove by, like nothing. It was completely dead until the 4 hours was up. Then the guy came out, a different guy came out. He cleaned out the Highbanker for me, gave me the concentrates. He even panned out the little rubber mat for me to show me that there was some gold in it. And that was like awesome. I didn't even have to take the thing apart or do a clean out. He did it all for me. And I asked why there was nobody out here. He said it's because it's a weekday. It's very dead on a weekday, and it's March right now. So if you guys want the same experience I just had, come out here in like early March, probably all winter long. It was a little cold this morning. It was like 35, 36. But I mean, right now it's like 70 something degrees out. We found a whole bunch of gold after running 60 buckets through the Highbanker. The piles of dirt are like right there for you. You could literally just pick up the dirt, put it in the Highbanker, and just as many as you can do, that's how much gold you'll get. So the more volume you run, the more gold you'll get. If you have any more questions, and I forgot to mention something, just ask in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. I am going to Mississippi tomorrow for a video over there. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks everyone for watching my video. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that actually watched the whole thing, so I really appreciate that. Also, a big thanks to all of my Patreon supporters and channel members on the screen. And if you like this video, you're going to like the other ones linked here on the screen as well. And thanks for watching.